Elbows flying, hair pulled, intentional trips, and even an eye poke that nearly sparked a full-blown brawl. The WNBA is getting more physical than ever, and some players are towing the line between hard-nosed basketball and outright dirty tactics. Today we're breaking down the top 10 dirtiest players in the league, ranked from borderline aggressive to absolutely brutal. From rivals of Caitlin Clark to notorious repeat offenders leading the league in flagrant fouls, we're going through every jaw-dropping play. Who claims the top spot? Trust me, you won't see it coming. Number 10. Angel Reese. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Angel Reese from the Chicago Sky. This one sparked major conversation. In a fiery matchup against the Indiana Fever, Reese drew a flagrant one foul for making contact with Caitlin Clark's head during a block attempt. On first glance, the play was intense, but slow it down, and you can clearly see Reese's follow-through catching Clark right on top of the head. Fans were immediately divided. Some argued Reese was just hustling and going after the ball, while others claimed the contact was careless, even dangerous. After the game, Reese addressed the incident, insisting she was going for the ball 100% and that hitting Clark's head was completely accidental. She even joked about how often the clip would be replayed, saying, "Y'all gonna show that 20 times before Monday." Interestingly, Caitlin Clark agreed. She explained she knew Angel's intent wasn't dirty. Her focus at that moment was only on making her free throws. Here's the rule: any unnecessary contact to the head, intentional or not, is automatically a flagrant 1 foul. In this case, the referees were correct, but Reese's intent wasn't malicious. She thrives in the chaos and doesn't shy away from playing the villain, but compared to the others on this list, she's more fiery than truly dirty. Number 9. Chelsea Gray. Next up at number 9 is Chelsea Gray of the Las Vegas Aces, a point guard renowned for her elite court vision, relentless perimeter defense, and physical play. But this season, Gray took things to a dangerous level. In a tight contest against the Washington Mystics, her elbow connected squarely with Jade Melbourne's mouth on a drive, knocking out part of her tooth. Melbourne immediately hit the floor, bleeding and forced to leave the game for stitches. When she returned to the bench, fans noticed she was missing part of her front tooth, an image that went viral almost instantly. Gray's aggressive style is part of what makes her great, but in this case, it crossed the line from competitive to dangerously physical. The referees didn't hesitate to call a flagrant foul after reviewing the replay, but the moment ignited a massive debate online. Was Chelsea Gray making a legitimate basketball play, or did she cross the line into unnecessary contact? Analysts were split. Some praised her competitive drive and ability to fight for position, while others argued her aggressive closes and drives frequently put opponents in dangerous situations. Supporters say Gray thrives on physicality, using her strength and court savvy to dominate, but critics argue she sometimes walks the fine line between tough defense and reckless behavior. In a league where every split-second movement can shift the momentum of a game or even a season, Melbourne's missing tooth became the haunting image tied to Gray's name. And if you thought a knocked-out tooth was shocking, wait until you hear about an incident that involved a direct eye poke and nearly blew the roof off the arena. Number 8. Wnba Bonner. At number 8, we've got Wnba Bonner of the Phoenix Mercury. A veteran known for her size, reach, and dominance in the paint, Bonner's physical style makes her one of the toughest forwards in the league. But with that power comes risk, and tempers can flare in an instant. One of this season's most intense moments saw Wnba Bonner in the center of chaos after a collision with Angel Reese during a box out. Reese's hand accidentally connected with Bonner's eye, sending the veteran crashing to the floor in visible pain. Her fiancé, Alyssa Thomas, immediately charged from across the court, turning the situation into a near brawl. Players had to intervene to prevent a full-scale confrontation. Refs reviewed the play, and fans debated endlessly over whether Reese's contact was intentional or just an accident. Taurasi wasn't the instigator, but this episode highlighted just how explosive situations can get around her. Her inside-the-paint game, full of battles for position against some of the league's strongest post players, makes her dominant, but also a magnet for intense clashes. Taurasi's history of high-contact moments cements her place on this list. Number 7. Kennedy Carter. Coming in at number 7 is Kennedy Carter of the Chicago Sky, a lightning-quick guard whose agility and creativity make her a nightmare for defenders. But this season, Carter grabbed headlines for all the wrong reasons. Her controversial hit on Caitlin Clark went viral and became one of the most debated moments of the year. During an inbound play, long before Clark touched the ball, Carter delivered a hard shoulder check that sent the Fever rookie tumbling to the floor. The referees immediately called an away from the ball foul, but fans and analysts alike alike erupted online, questioning whether the hit was deliberate. This moment didn't just make Carter notorious, it solidified her reputation as someone willing to play dangerously to gain an edge. Shannon Sharpe didn't hold back, calling the play Bush League and accusing Kennedy Carter of deliberately targeting her opponent. After the game, Carter declined to answer questions about the foul, which only added fuel to the fire. Some argued she was simply protecting the lane with intensity, but others saw it as frustration boiling over against one of the league's most high-profile rookies. The problem with Carter isn't limited to a single play, it's a recurring pattern. Even dating back to her time with the Atlanta Dream, she's been involved in multiple suspensions and locker room controversies that highlight her volatile reputation. While her talent and offensive spark are undeniable, these incidents often overshadow her skill, keeping her in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Number 6. Kelsey Plum. If Carter stirred controversy with a shoulder check, Kelsey Plum of the Los Angeles Sparks went viral for a far more blatant act. During a heated matchup, Dallas guard Veronica Burton completely crossed Plum over, and in a split-second reaction, Plum stuck out her leg mid-drive, tripping Burton. The sequence was lightning fast, but slow-motion replays captured every detail. Burton hit the floor hard, immediately jumped up, and confronted Plum, clearly ready for a fight. AC's forward Wnba had to step in and push Plum back before things spiraled further. Fans weren't quick to forgive. Social media blew up, labeling Plum the Grayson Allen of the WNBA, a nod to the NBA player infamous for dirty plays. After reviewing the footage, the referees upgraded the call to a flagrant foul, leaving little doubt about intent. Plum defended her actions, claiming it was instinct, but analysts broke down the angles and concluded this wasn't a defensive accident. It was retaliation for getting embarrassed on the crossover. What makes this incident particularly striking is how deliberate it appeared. Plum's competitiveness is unquestionable, but moments like this can tarnish reputations almost instantly, especially when clips go viral. Number 5. JCS Sheldon. While Plum's leg trip looked bad, our next incident turned into outright chaos. At number 5, we have JCS Sheldon's controversial eye poke on Caitlin Clark during the Fever Sun matchup, one of the most talked about moments of the season. This wasn't just a foul, it ignited a firestorm of debate across the league. It occurred in the third quarter as Clark worked off a screen near the top of the key. Sheldon fought to stay attached, and in the tangled moment, her hand came up and appeared to poke Clark directly in the eye. Clark immediately clutched her face, wincing in pain, and slowed her pace for several possessions, leaving fans and commentators in shock. The Fever's offense ground to a halt, and the Connecticut Sun took full control from that point on. Slow-motion replays only added fuel to the debate. Depending on the camera angle, it either looked like an accidental swipe or a deliberate attempt aimed at Caitlin Clark. Fans erupted online, some demanded a flagrant foul, while others defended Sheldon's aggressive perimeter defense. The referees reviewed the play, but ultimately ruled it a standard foul, a decision that drew sharp criticism from Fever supporters. Analysts remain divided. Was Sheldon simply playing tough defense, or has Clark become a frequent magnet for incidental contact in the league? Either way, the play left a mark, not just on Clark, but on Sheldon's reputation as well. Number 4. Brittney Griner. Next up is Brittney Griner of the Atlanta Dream, a player whose dominance in the paint is matched by her knack for controversy. This season, she became the center of one of the WNBA's biggest off-court debates. During a nationally televised game against the Indiana Fever, Griner was allegedly caught on camera directing a racial slur at Caitlin Clark, reportedly calling her a trash white girl. The microphones picked it up, and within minutes, clips went viral, igniting outrage across social media. Analysts, including Patrick B. David, demanded accountability, arguing that incidents like this damaged the league's credibility. The WNBA initially stayed silent, which only intensified the backlash. While Griner has yet to publicly address the comment, many fans see it as part of a larger tension between veteran players and high-profile rookies like Clark. Beyond the controversy, Griner is known as one of the most physical interior defenders in the league, using her size and strength to dominate opponents. Critics argue her style sometimes crosses the line, drawing multiple hard fouls and frustration from both players and coaches. Supporters counter that she simply plays to her strengths, giving as much as she takes. But this season, the off-court controversies have often overshadowed her on-court performance. Number 3. Alyssa Thomas. While Griner's words sparked outrage, our next player left an even more physical and unforgettable mark. At number 3 is Alyssa Thomas of the Phoenix Mercury, a powerhouse known for her relentless bruising style. She's famous for bulldozing through defenders, battling for every board, and turning every possession into a full contact fight. One play this season, however, stood out above the rest. During a matchup with the Chicago Sky, Thomas got tangled with rookie Angel Reese while fighting for a rebound. Replays revealed Thomas wrapping her arm around Reese's neck and pulling her down forcefully, a move that looked disturbingly like a chokeslam. The referees didn't hesitate. After reviewing the play, they upgraded it to a flagrant 2 and ejected Thomas immediately. Fans were split. Some defended her, claiming she was merely holding her ground against Reese's aggressive positioning, while others argued the play was excessive, even dangerous. Some argued that Thomas's net grab went too far, a move that endangered player safety and couldn't be excused. She's long embraced physicality, and teammates often praise her toughness and willingness to set the tone inside, but critics say she sometimes crosses the line, letting her competitiveness turn into potentially dangerous contact that could take opponents out of the game. This play became a focal point in ongoing debates about WNBA officiating and the balance between hard play and safety. If you thought that was intense, the next player takes things to another level. At number 2, Dejounte Carrington of the Connecticut Sun has become one of the most controversial names in the league after an incident involving Caitlin Clark ignited outrage across fans, analysts, and even former players. Game 1 of the playoffs between the Fever and the Sun was already heated, but everything changed in the second quarter. During a defensive closeout, Carrington poked Clark directly in the eye. Clark immediately grabbed her face in pain and visibly struggled for the rest of the night, finishing just 4 of 17 from the field. At first, many believed it was accidental, but a second angle surfaced showing Carrington on the bench shortly afterward, laughing and joking with teammates. The clip went viral, escalating speculation that the poke was intentional. To make matters worse, old tweets from Carrington resurfaced, fueling allegations of racial undertones and further polarizing fans. Analysts like Jason Whitlock called for immediate league action, emphasizing the need to protect rising stars like Clark from targeted plays. Carrington hasn't addressed the controversy publicly, and the WNBA has yet to issue any discipline, leaving Fever fans frustrated and questioning the league's priorities. Number 1, Bria Hartley. And finally, the undisputed dirtiest player in the WNBA, Bria Hartley of the Connecticut Sun. No one this season has generated more controversies, more flagrant fouls, or more outrage than Hartley. Her track record speaks volumes. She yanked Angel Reese's ponytail during a rebound battle, left visible scratch marks on Rebecca Allen's shoulder, and body-checked Skylar Diggins out of frustration instead of playing defense. Hartley has been caught standing over opponents after nearly every hard foul, putting on a fake tough girl act that only fuels fan anger. But the play that cemented her reputation involved Sophie Cunningham. During a Fever Mercury matchup, Hartley delivered a brutal drive straight into Cunningham, leaving the Fever forward injured and unable to finish the game. Cunningham's family publicly condemned Hartley, calling for league discipline. To top it off, Hartley currently leads the league with 32 flagrant fouls this season alone, a staggering number for any player, especially a veteran expected to set an example. Analysts agree this isn't just aggressive basketball, it's reckless, dangerous, and a glaring issue for the league to address. For many fans, Hartley embodies everything the WNBA must confront regarding player safety and accountability. And until action is taken, her name will remain at the top of every dirtiest player discussion moving forward.